want to start with this. Aaron Donald, an anonymous NFL scout, said Aaron Donald's the best football player in the NFL, and I tend to think he is. So, you would think Aaron Donald would be a 5-star recruit and go to Oklahoma or Ohio State, and you were at Pitt, and you got Aaron Donald. When did you see him for the first time in high school, and why did you know he was going to be great?
Well, I saw him as a junior, and to be honest with you, he was a wrestler. So I knew that he was a tough guy, and you could see his athletic ability. But I'll be honest with you, I think he had one other offer, a smaller school. The competition was not that tight at all. And when he came to Pitt, we had Jabal Sheard, Greg Romeus. I mean, we had some guys that were played in the National Football League. And Dion Lewis obviously was on that team on offense. And Aaron, as a true freshman, the plan was definitely the redshirt this guy. But as a true freshman, he played for me, and we couldn't keep him off the field then, and the rest is history. So, really, I mean, to be honest, I had no idea he was going to be that good. We knew he was an athlete and a good football player and a tough guy, but never to the level that he's at right now.
It's crazy. It sounds like the Patrick Mahomes story. I talked to Patrick Mahomes' high school coach. He said, we thought he was good. We didn't know he was going to be that good. Let me ask you about Dak. As a former head coach, your quarterback matters. If you'd have offered a long contract to a guy like Dak, who's a good quarterback, we don't think he's great, but really good, and it's $100 million, and he doesn't sign it, would you have a little resentment as a coach to a player who you offer a huge contract to, a life-altering contract, if he said no?
Well, it would bother you, I think, a little bit because, if there's one guy, the Dallas Cowboys are a little bit different. If you're a Jerry Jones guy, which I believe Dak is, Jerry, their relationship is what you would hope every owner and quarterback would be. I'm sure that Jerry expected to get a little bit more track because of their relationship, if I'm making sense there. And I think that Jerry would be a little bit disappointed in it because he knows it's all business, but at the same time, relationships are very, very important for Jerry Jones, and I wanted his guys, without a doubt.
Yeah. So did you ever go, because I've theorized, and I think a lot of people have, that McCarthy gets in, and he's have Favre and Rodgers, and that maybe he just wants to kick the tires for a year on Dak. Just kick it for a year and see if it works. And maybe Jason Garrett was the problem, not Dak. Did you ever take a Dolphins or a Bears job when you did? And there was a quarterback in there, and you wanted to kick the tires with a quarterback for a year before extending a contract?
Well, I kind of went through that my first year at the Bears. Jim Harbaugh was our quarterback, and Jim had a good year. The problem was we did not have a very good supporting cast. And so we made a quarterback change. His contract was up. We signed Eric Kramer from Detroit. Eric came in and played very good until he got hurt. But I think you got to look at the big picture of things. And, this Dallas Cowboy team, I know Jerry, and Jerry is looking at this saying, we've got great receivers. We've got an all-pro running back. We've got a very good offensive line. The quarterback, we all know that you have to have a good quarterback to win a Super Bowl. But in his mind, there's a lot of great pieces to this puzzle already in place. And I think that's a little bit of the issue right now with Jerry as far as just jumping up there and giving him the big money for a long-term contract.
I said this morning is that a simple question you could ask yourself before you pay a quarterback is he good enough to win a Super Bowl? Now, people will say, well, Nick Foles won it, and I would say to that, but Carson Wentz got him home field advantage. He's never started more than 8 games in one season. That's not fair. To be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, can you play 16 games? Can you win occasional shootouts against great quarterbacks? Can you beat Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick and Andy Reid and Sean Payton, Hall of Fame coaches? Can you win multiple road games? Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, and Garoppolo got darn close, and I think if you get as close as they did, you can do it. If you get that close, you can do it.
Yep.
But I put 11 guys down that I think can go beat Hall of Fame coaches, beat Hall of Fame quarterbacks, go on the road and win multiple weeks. Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, Brady Breeze, Jared Goff, Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo, Deshaun Watson. I did not put in, for instance, Big Ben because I don't know what he is at his age post-surgery. Is that a fair list to you of guys? Am I missing somebody? Guys that could go on the road multiple weeks, win shootouts, and win Super Bowls?
No, I mean, it's a good list. Obviously the top 4 guys have done it. So, and then we know Tom Brady has done it. Carson Wentz, though, you know what? I mean, between Wentz and Jared Goff, I mean, there's some guys on there that I'm not totally convinced. I think they're great players, but there's one thing of being a great player in the season, and then obviously it's playoff time, it's Super Bowl time, and now making the plays when you have to there to win the big game. So I like your list. I like the top 4 guys. I think everybody would, but the one thing don't lose sight of this in running the football and being balanced. Mike McCarthy. I know Mike. He's a Pittsburgh guy. He's not 5 times a game at Dallas. They are going to be balanced. He will use Dak's legs and make some plays and go all through the playoffs. I think Mahomes averaged to over 50 yards a game rushing. And the big plays in that Super Bowl, he made with his feet. He made some great throws, but Prescott brings that to the table. So, when you combine him with the guys we said already, that outstanding receiver group, I think they got the best receiver in the draft out of Oklahoma last year. And then you throw in the offensive line and running game, they can win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. I've got no reservations about that. I really don't.
All right, that's good. So, we got college football and we got NFL, and I want to stick with one more NFL question. So if you have a star quarterback, it's different. Howie Long always jokes you can never have 2 star quarterbacks in the same room. They all take the oxygen out of the room. And you're Green Bay this year, and you're Matt LaFleur, and you drafted Jordan Love, and it looks like with the Packers draft, they're going to be more balanced and more power running based. Do you think it would be a mistake? Because you draft Jordan Love in the first round. Would it be a mistake if you were Matt LaFleur to throw in a couple of series for Jordan Love to see what you got? Or do you think that is poking the bear with a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers?
No, I think you can add Jordan Love in a package and maybe it's in combination with their running game and the running backs. Maybe that's the way to use them best. Keep it simple. There's not many people are going to know how he's going to perform, what he does well, what he does. So, putting him in the game, I think gives him a little different dimension. Boy, you just got to be darn careful that you don't create a situation with Aaron Rodgers second guessing the coaching decisions. He's already probably in the back of his mind saying, why didn't we get a great receiver? No one can blame him for thinking that. So, right now, I think it's very fragile up there at Green Bay. And boy, if you're going to have problems, you better have them with Aaron Rodgers, not with a rookie quarterback. So you got to be real careful.
Okay, college football.
You could lose that team. You could lose that team. You could lose that football team in a hurry if you're Matt LaFleur and you start playing games with too many different packages when you're coming off a playoff team like they had.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.